it will adversely affect us. We have a lot of imports coming from Tanzania as well, when you're talking about the food items as well. We need maybe to have an even keel. Though there is some issues that you raise, very egregious, of course, happening in Tanzania, still in the spirit of the brotherhood, then how do you solve that amicably? And maybe let me hear from Robert Alai, not necessarily on Tanzania, but what is really top on your mind as far as you know, the scenarios are happening around us is concerned. Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning so much. Mine is just to focus on the internal issues you have in Kenya. I know Tanzania is my second home, and whatever is happening there, I know is very painful, and sometimes it's very hard to get the correct version of the truth, because everybody has their own version. Tanzania, I worked there for 8 years. In Kigoma, Mwanza, Arusha, you know, areas like Babati, I'm seeing the stories of Kenyans being stopped and, you know, taken through a very frustrating affair in the Babati region, Singida. But I'd like to say that on Tanzania, it is very hard, and I would urge my brother Kinuthia Fanyamambo to be very careful when you use the word genocide, because, you know, genocide is very specific to the manner which the killing is carried out, and it's either targeting you because of the nationality, ethnicity, you know, religious affiliations, and so on, and it has to be, you know, genocide goes as far as even preventing births, and we have seen it elsewhere, like the Holocaust, Srebrenica, you know, we have seen it recently in Gaza, where the various definitions of the UN and so on have concluded so. But coming back to Kenya, I would like to remind us, you know, the unfortunate situation which is happening in Marakwet, that the landslide, and I think it's because of how we use our land. Our land use policy is not sustainable, and it's going to cause a lot. It's happening in my own hometown, in my own home constituency of Nyando, where people are now settling, even, you know, encroaching on riparian land, you know, the lakefront and so on, because we don't have a clear land use policy, and also because of the cultural practices like, you know, building a home. Everybody has to build a home. So you have 10 acres, you subdivide it, it becomes, you know, 5 boys, it becomes 2 acres for each one of them. Everybody's building a home. There's no land now remaining for agricultural use. I think we have to change some of these practices so that we ensure that we have at least settlement schemes. If you fly over Kenya from, let's say, from Kakamega to Tanzania, Mwanza, you'll see how Tanzanians are settled, you know, communal settlement areas. Then there's a big chunk of agricultural land left for plowing, you know, commercial agricultural practices. But in Kenya, small pieces of land, homes everywhere, you see? So, and I think that the government would foresee situations where they know that this area is prone to landslides. It is going to happen. Now the lake, because of the activities on the dam in Ethiopia, the lake in Nyando and Nyakach areas, you'll find that the lake has come back, they're overflown with more than 5 kilometers inside. Tens of schools cannot be used for 5-6 years. Nobody's talking about it. You know, it's like we went numb over this issue. I think we need to clearly, at the national and the county level, we need to clearly plan our cities, but also plan our counties. Even the rural areas, we need to plan them. We need to know what is the land use policy. How small can land go? And what, you know, the very smart idea which Wakinafanya Mambo are against the affordable housing. Yes. It is very nice. It's a very nice idea. I think the implementation might differ from, you know, from administration and from person to person, the ways we should implement it. But I think that we need to understand that it's a very smart idea to have people live in a central area. Then you decide that this is going to be agriculture, this is going to be a sports place, this is going to be a market area, this is going, but we cannot have Muguta, and 50 by 100.
We will never agree. We will never agree on that one.
By one, no, even the name we can agree on. We can agree on the name.
No.
What is it? Mogoda?
The only small reservation I have with him, and I'll explain it in only 30 seconds, is this. You have a hospital. You walk into the hospital reception, and the reception is crowded. So instead of asking yourself, why is the reception crowded? It's probably because the rooms where the patients are being seen are not efficient. What do? You decide to expand the size of the reception area. The bulk of the people who are in Nairobi are not in Nairobi because they like to be here. Many of them have come here to look for job opportunities. Had we done the right thing, had we even decentralized our industrial parks, had we made sure that some of the things like Bidco, if you look at how they manufacture their cooking oil from here, the bulk of their raw materials are coming from Uganda. Why are they manufacturing in Nairobi, for example? So if we start having a serious conversation, Muhoroni